This is a part 2 guys. I have already created a part 1. We have discussed a lot of stuffs in the part 1. So I highly recommend you to go to that tutorial and watch the tutorial, that is a part 11. So let us move on to the next topic in this tutorial. So I'll be discussing how to create page object test case here. So simply I'll go to the Eclipse. So let us move on to the page object test case class. So in this test, what I will do, so simply I'll create the object of, instead of creating the object of browser utility, so we have created one utility method that will return us the Android driver object. So this is a static method, so I'll use the class name dot get Android driver. So I'll go to the page object test case. So here I'm using browser utility dot get Android driver. So this will return me the Android driver object. So here I'm storing it in the Android driver. So that's it. So we can import the related packages now. So this will launches me the API demos app. So that is, so this is my emulator. So this will launches me the this API demos. So that's it. So we have to click on the views. So for clicking on the views, we have to create the object of first page, that is page object page 1. So what I will do is simply I'll create the object of this one and I'll call this click on views method. So inside this we have to pass the Android driver object. So that's it. I'll store it in the reference variable. So that's it guys. So we can import the related packages for page object page 1. So I'll use the reference variable of this and simply I'll say dot click on views. So this will launches me the Android app. Then this will launches me the, sorry guys, this will click on the views link. So it is asking me to surround with the try and catch block. So what I will do, so simply I'll say surround with try and catch block. So that's it guys. So first we have clicked on the views, then we have to, this is the views. In the second page, that is page object page 2, we have to click on the autocomplete. For clicking on the autocomplete, so this is our totally completely new page. We have to create the object of the page object page 2. So that is page object page 2. So in the similar way, however we have created the object of page 1, so I'll create the page 2 also. Then I'll again assign back to the page object page 2 reference variable. So we can import the related packages for page object page 2. So by using this reference variable, I'll call to the method called click on autocomplete. So let us rename this method with the autocomplete. Go to the page 2 and here I'm just removing IM. So that's it. In the similar way, I will create the object of page 3, that is page object page 3. So that will reads the text from the page 3, that is a 3 dot scroll. So just here I'm creating the reference variable. So after that Here I'm specifying the new operator. Inside that I'm passing the driver object. Then import the related packages for page 3. That is page object page 3. By using this page object page 3 reference variable, I'll call to the get scroll text. That's it, guys. So inside this, so if you want, you can get the text. You can make the page 3, that is page object page 3 method as a return type as a string, and you can assign to the some string variable, and you can perform the validation also. So that's all, guys. So after launching the app, I'll wait for Thread.sleep I'll put before starting, before performing any of the actions. So here I'm specifying some 3000 milliseconds. So that's all, guys. So this is my test case. Already it is ready for the execution. First we have created the object of page object page 1. Then we have called one method called click on views. In the similar way we have created the object of page object page 2. Then we have called one method called click on autocomplete. Next what we have done, we have created the object of page object page 3 class. Then we have called one method called get scroll text. So this, if you go to this method, so this will, here I have done the get text. So this will read the text from the Android app, then it will prints on the screen. So that's all, guys. So let us start executing this script. So simply I'll close this app. So I'll go to the page object test case class. So we have implemented the one test. So simply I'll right click on the method and I'll say run as test. See, guys, this is how we can design and develop your page object model design pattern for the Android apps, iOS apps, and mobile web applications. So we will talk about what are these iOS apps and mobile web apps, what is the difference, how you can represent your find element for the iOS app and the mobile web applications. So currently we have done it for the Android apps. Sorry, guys, currently we have done it for the Android app. Then I'll talk about what are the changes we have to do for the designing page object model for iOS app and the mobile web applications. See, guys, it has launched the API demos now. So it has to click on the views link. See, guys, it has clicked on the views, then autocomplete. Now it is in the third screen. See, guys, if you look at the result, right? See, guys, in the third page, that is page object page 3, this system.out.println. So we have written the text from the Android app is. So this is a text present in the third page, that is page object page 3, guys. So if you look at the result also, total test run is 1, that is pass. There are 0 failures. So this is how exactly you can design your page object model for the different Android apps, iOS apps, and the mobile web applications. See, guys, so what we are doing, we are creating the object over here only. So there is another way of returning the driver object to the another class. See guys, what I will do, I'll go to this, click on views. So will be no more, we will be creating the object over here of the respective page class. So I'll demonstrate this as well. So this is another way available. You can return the driver object to the another class. So what I will do is I'll go to the click on views. So return type of this method I'll specify it as a page object. So in the method itself I'll return the next class object. That is very simple guys. So here I'm specifying it as a page2. So simply I'll say return new. So here I'm specifying it as driver. That's it. So whenever I call this method, so we have to store this value into the page object page2 reference variable. See guys, I'll go to the test case. So first we have called to the click on views. So we have to store this into the page object page2 reference variable. So simply I'll cut it and I will replace with the this object. That's it guys. In the similar way I'll follow it for the this method as well. So return type of this method is page object page3. So simply I'll copy this and I'll say return new. That's all guys. Whenever I'm calling this method, so we have to store this value into the page object page3 reference variable. So I'll go to the test case. So here I have called method. So I'll cut this. Instead of creating the object of the page object page3, so simply I'll replace with calling to the click on autocomplete method. So that's all guys. So if you look at here, we have reduced the number of lines here. So let us execute this test case again. So simply I'll say, so guys, after performing all the actions, finally I'll close the driver object by calling to the quit method. So that's it. Let us execute this script. See guys, we have reduced number of lines this time whenever we started returning the driver object to the next class within the method itself. See guys, it has launched the Android app. See guys, perfectly it is working fine. See guys, this is how you can manage your driver object. Total test run is 1 and pass is 1. There are 0 failures. See guys, we are done with creating the page object test case. We have discussed how to maintain and manage our test script and how to make a less number of steps in a test case. So also we have executed the same script and we have reviewed our result also. So let us talk about final point, that is what are the changes required for designing page object model for Android apps, iOS apps and mobile web apps. So let us talk about iOS apps. So we have discussed till now, sorry guys, about the Android apps. So now we will talk about iOS apps. So simply I'll go to the Eclipse IDE. See guys, I'll go to the page object page1. See guys, this is the annotation I have used for identifying the Android element. So in the similar way, you can use the @iOS by, and inside that you can specify XPath equal to, you can specify any of the XPath. Simply I'm specifying test1. So if you go to the this @iOS by, so here you can see it as a import iOS by. So this is coming from the Appium jar file. So simply you can import this. See guys, so you can in the same time you can surround single element with the two different that is @Android find by, @iOS find by. So in the similar way we have to replace the, if you are executing your scripts on the iOS apps, you have to replace this with the iOS driver. See guys, if you go to the mouse over on the iOS driver, here you can see the import. So this is how you can start working with your iOS applications. So in the, why we are getting in the super error in the super line, because in the, if you go to the this super, that is a base page, this is accepting the Android driver. Here I'm passing the iOS driver. So you have to make the similar changes in the base page as well. So that's all guys. So this is all about the Android app, sorry guys, iOS apps and the Android app. Now I'll talk about mobile web application. See guys, if you are identifying any element for the mobile web application, so you need to, instead of saying @Android find by, @iOS by, you need to say just find by. So that's it guys. You can import the related packages from the Selenium. So after that you can replace this with the WebDriver. So that's it guys. So you can import the related packages. In the super also, in the base page also. So in the base page also it should accept the WebDriver object. So in the similar changes you have to do as well. If it is a iOS, it should accept the iOS driver, and if it is a WebDriver, it should accept the WebDriver type of the object. So that's all I'm having guys. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any queries and if you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment section. Also, this entire code will be available in the below description. You can copy it and you can try at your end, and also try doing it yourself so that you can learn it more, so instead of copying it. So that's all guys. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click on share and like button.